This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So for each and every step in the activity, so we will be having when and again jump. So here when will be there, and here also it will be having something called jump. Okay. So what exactly is the difference between when and jump? Okay, even in the jump also we will be referring the when rule only. Even in the when also we will be referring the when rule only. Okay, but as this when is having before the step, this is going to be executing before the step. Okay, so like that it will be having, right? So like precondition, post condition in the flow action, in the same way here also for pre-condition for the step rule, and this is the post condition for the step rule. Okay, that means if this condition true, then only either I would like to continue to the step, otherwise I want to go to the another step. I don't want to execute this step. Okay, so in this when rule, we can apply these things. In the same way, for the jump also, after executing this step, okay, after executing this step through the jump, so we can jump to any other step like that. Okay, so we can continue to the next step, otherwise we can go to the any other step. So go to the any other step, what we have something called the label, as we already told you. Okay, in the label, what exactly we can do, either you can comment out any particular step. Okay, so if you comment it, this step will not be executed. So instead of commenting, okay, like you can jump to the next step. For example, from the first step, I want to come to the third step. I don't want to execute the second step. Okay. Save like that, I can give some label. Okay, I can give some label for the third step. So if you give the label for the third step, what happens, you know? So if you want to come to this step from anywhere in the activity, okay, that can be second jump or else first jump. So from there you can come to the save, okay, by making it as a jump actually. Okay, in the jump also you can apply some condition, and based on the condition we will be coming here. But here one more thing. So from the first step I can come to the third step. From the second step also I can come to the third step. But from fourth step you cannot come to the third step. That means only forward jump will be possible, but backward jump will not be possible. Okay, you can only move forward. You cannot go back to the backward. Okay, so that is one important you have to think, remember. Okay, here save is a label I have given. So you need not give exactly this name itself. Okay, any label you can give. Okay, but here in the jump, when this condition true, where exactly you want to go, you need to specify. So you can specify over there like a save. Okay, so when this condition true, jump to save. If you give, it will come here. Here, if you give some other label like L1 or L2, any label you can give. As I said, this is just the name I am giving for this particular step. So whenever you want to refer this particular step, you can identify with this name. So either from when also or else jump also, you can come here. Okay, even if the when rule satisfies in the precondition, also you can come here, and even in the jump also, if it is satisfies, then also you can come here. Okay, so like that also you can move to the various steps through this over there. Okay, now here in the when, so there are again various options. Okay, when this condition true, what exactly you want to do, there are various options. Okay, in that you will be having like jump to continuance will be there. Okay, first one will be the continuance. Continuance. So what do you mean by continuance? Means for this precondition or else even post condition. Okay, even precondition or post condition, not just one when rule. Okay, you can have many number of the when rules over there. When, okay, condition one. So there you can give like when condition one. When condition two. Okay, next what you want to skip step. Okay, otherwise if you have one more condition, still if you want to go further, you can give when condition two continuance. Okay, so that means first it will check the first when condition here and click of this when. Okay, we can have first when condition, and then if this condition true, continuance. Okay, so continuance means it will go for the second when condition for the same step. Okay, here for the same step you can have n number of the conditions you can apply. Okay, if this second condition also true, then you can go for the continuance. So like that you can have over there. And in case here if continuance is not there, what else will be there means there are other options also. Okay, skip step. Okay, so skip step means it will not execute this step. Okay, it will not execute this step. Whereas continuance means it will go to the next one condition. Okay, after going to the next one condition, okay, still here also it is having continuance, but there is no more when conditions here. Then what it will be happening? Then it will enter into the step. It will execute whatever you have specified in this step. Okay, it will execute whatever you have specified in this step. So like that it will be happening. So when means continuance means if it is having one more when rule, it will be executing that condition, and then whatever you want to perform the action, that will be happening. So if this continuance is available but still there are no when rules here, then it will go to the step. In the same way in the jump also same thing. But here if you give instead of the continuance, okay, if you give skip step, what it will be doing? It will not execute this step and it will be going to the second step. Skip step means it will not execute this step. Okay, sometimes it will be having exit activity. Okay, if this condition true, if you give exit activity, so it will not execute any of the steps. Simply it will be coming out of the activity. Okay, so that means okay, after first step, okay, even before executing the first step itself, I have given exit activity. So it will not go to the second step, third step, or fourth step. Nothing will be executed. Immediately it is going to be exiting the activity. Okay, so sometimes you will be also having like exit iteration. Okay, so here it generally works for the page list properties. Okay, that means here if you are using the page list property, okay, in this step, then we will be using this exit iteration to come out of this loop over there. Okay, that we will be seeing in detail, okay, in the coming classes by showing, okay, what exactly we will be doing. Okay, so like that there are various options available. Okay, continue when to skip to step. Okay, so exit activity, exit iteration. Okay, like that. Same in the same way here. Okay, we'll be having jump. Okay, here also like this jump to this. Okay, so even in the jump also, once the condition true, okay, in the once the condition true, okay, so what we have to do? Okay, jump to later step. Okay, jump to latest step. If you give, okay, then we need to give the label also to which step you want to go. Okay, I would like to go to the save step. Okay, here I would like to go to the save step. Okay, otherwise, okay, I would like to give one more. Something called remove page. Okay, if I give like this, jump to later step, remove. Okay, here I'll be placing like one more remove. Okay, so here for this, for the fourth step, I have given the label remove. For the third step, I have given the label save. Okay, so here if you want, you can give jump to later step remove. Then, okay, whether it can be in the when or else in the jump. So when this condition true, I want to jump to the latest step. So to which step you want to go, you can specify over there. Okay, so if it comes to the remove, then here again what you have given, it will be executed. Okay, that means from the first step, directly it is coming to the remove. That is the fourth step. So second and third will be executed. So based on the condition, either you can move to the save, that is the third step, or you can go to the fourth step with the remove. Okay, so likewise, there are various options will be available. So in the activity, all these things will be executed. So now when we are doing this candidate search also, okay, so we will be writing an activity. So in the activity, so based on the records available in the database, okay, based on the particular candidate details available in the database, so we will be performing the actions. Now we will see how exactly all these will be worked. Jagdish, are you practicing? Are you able to do the tasks all which I did?
Yes, sir.
Once this is completed, then we can go for the data transforms and all. Okay, so the data transform mainly instead of using the activities, we have to use the data transforms. Okay, so data transforms for doing the property set only or page copy, mainly to assign the values from one page to another page. Okay, we will be using these data transforms and all.
Okay, sir. But before that, could you please explain page list, page group, and field list, field group,
Yeah,
field
sure.
values?
Yeah, field values also. Okay, this field value is mainly useful in case if you are
Sorry,
using the
field
application.
list. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, yeah. Okay,
Uh,
so in case you are using your application for multiple countries with a different
hmm.
language. Okay, so it's a different languages. Sometimes even in India also. So if you want to use it for different languages, so Hindi, Telugu, Marathi, or else okay, like that. So what will be happening, Tamil, you know. So what will be happening, you know. So we'll be creating different language packs. Okay, Pega will be giving different rule sets. Predefined rule sets will be given by Pega. Okay, so that we will be referring to. We will be inputting those rule sets in our application. Okay, then we will be using that. So in general, while creating an application itself, your application should be user friendly in such a way that the localization should be supporting. Okay, localization in the sense of different languages, different even if it is having different countries, their timings, okay, date time formats. So all these things will be supported.
Sorry, sir. Field list, yes, field list, field group. I was about to.
Okay, yeah, that also.
I'm a bit confused between those. What is page list and page group kind of thing.
Page list, page group is very simple. Okay, if you have only one record, page. If you have multiple records, page list.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will specify no, sir, some property, open brace, some name home or something for page group. And for list, we will specify 1, 2, 3 in the open braces. Not sure how that will be exactly used.
How long it is taking for you to start the server? Pega 8.6 also has come.
Yes, sir. I have attended that meeting a couple of weeks back.
Okay,
So they have,
which meeting from PDN?
um, actually, the Pega systems will um, keep a meeting on this, explaining all
Yeah.
the details on what are the new features they have added.
Good. Okay. Companies are not able to upgrade such a
For
fast.
851 only people are struggling, I guess. 851,
Yeah,
852. There are
yeah,
a good number of bugs.
yeah, exactly. They said that okay, they have fixed all of them.
Yeah.
Even if you see when we are creating the data type, it is not showing the class name for us.
Hmm.
If you select advanced there, we should select the class name. Okay, for which you wanted to create like that, but it is not showing for us.
Okay.
Yeah. For you, how much time it is taking to start the server?
It will take some 4 to 5 minutes. What I'll do is if it delays, I'll just shut down and I'll delete the Kafka folder and they will restart the server again.
Okay. I'm also doing the same thing. Yeah, that's what now I just deleted that Kafka.
Sir, can we uh, discuss about the integration by this month or will it take next month, sir?
Okay. Integration may take some time. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want it urgent, then yeah, we can go. We can add it in the current month itself.
No. If
If
you
you
have planned any flow that is good, then we'll go with that only.
okay, yeah. So at least if you are having some properties, right? So almost those properties we can reuse and create the integrations accordingly.
Yeah, okay.
Think looks like irrespective of error, think weekly once we have to delete this Kafka. But if you delete that Kafka, right, so that then also it is going to become very slow. Initially to
Yes.
load the pages, so that is working like a cache kind of the thing.
Yeah. But generally, it is not ideal to delete that part, Kafka part.
Yeah, but So yesterday we created a flow, customer search flow. So from that we called flow action, customer search flow action, and customer search section. Okay, so when you run that, now it will be just displaying the properties and all, but the functionality we need to add. So functionality to add it, so we have to create the activity. So when you run this, so what exactly we will be seeing? We will be seeing all the properties like that. Okay. Okay, so here it is only displaying the message and the customer number, which it is not having, and the search button. So why it is not showing these other properties and this customer number also? Go to this customer search section. Here also it is not showing the text box. It's like a read-only format it is showing. Okay, so why it is read-only? Let me check one second. Okay. Take the customer number from here. Okay, yeah, actually yesterday we have taken data display. So when you taken this data display, so it will be taken into the read-only format. So you have to take it as a data capture. Okay, remove this. Okay, now for this, select the customer number. So in case if you want to change the property default value. So this message will be displayed instead of the customer number for that property. Customer ID. So now in the same way, the other section also. So what is that other section? Customer details. So here also we have taken as a read-only properties. Okay, so like this also you can give. Otherwise, as we know that we can take it from the data capture, text input. Okay, double click on that. Here also you can give the properties. Customer dot date of birth. Okay, so I will take very few properties. So I don't want to waste the time for this. So, yeah, now you got all the properties. So now on click of the search button, we need to call an activity. So through that activity, the ID which I have given, that should be populated here. Okay, so for that, so under the technical, we'll be writing an activity, create. So get customer details like that you can create. So as I said, anything you can give the name of the activity. So previously save customer details we have given to save the customer details. Now we are giving get customer details, create and open. So from the customer table, we would like to retrieve the data. So as the customer data type is having the records, so if I pass these IDs, then I should be able to get the data. So for this, from this class, we need to refer this data type. Okay, so go to the activity, pages and classes. First page or something, anything you can give. Otherwise, you can give temp page, something. Okay, but right now only temp page I am giving. But in general, you should give the proper name. Okay, so here, page new. Which page you want to create? This temp page, and later obj open. Okay, so obj open of what? The class name you have to give. So the data page is referring to the customer, data type is referring to the customer. Okay, so give that class. Okay, and then property name. So which property you want to get it? So I would like to give dot customer number. Okay, why? Because in this data type, I hope you remember. So this customer ID, through this customer ID we are referring to. Okay, this customer data type is referring to the cust ID. So now do we have cust ID here? We have customer number, but it is referring to which one? It is referring to the work class. And now you are referring to the cust ID. So now whenever you give the step page, then it is referring to the data type context. Okay, so otherwise what it is happening, it is taking the work class context. Okay, that is the reason why you should be very careful in referring to the step page. So if you give the wrong step page, then it will not work. So now I have given the tempo page, which is referring to the our data type. Okay, customer. Now you are able to see the cust ID. Okay, now we need to pass the value. So where exactly you have the value? So when you run this flow, so here you are entering into the customer ID. Okay, but actually this property is referring to the what? Customer number, right? In the section, if you see that, okay, this customer ID is referring to what? This customer ID is a label, but actual property is customer number. Okay, so this value we need to pass. Okay, this value we need to pass. So how exactly we can pass this value? This customer number will be available where when you run the flow. This will be on the PY work page, right? So when you run this, it will be on the PY work page. So you need to declare that PY work page also here. And this PY work page will be referring to the work class. Okay, Jagdish, understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this page is for referring to the data type, and this page is for referring to our work page. Okay, so in the work page, okay, when you are running the flow, you are passing the customer ID. So that ID will be under the PY work page. Okay, that ID will be under the PY work page. So to refer that property, so we created a PY work page and the PY pages and classes. Now PY work page dot cust number. Okay. Okay, now it got saved. Now what we are doing? We are just fetching it. Okay, we are just fetching it. Okay, that means we are retrieving the record. Okay, we are retrieving the record, and after retrieving the record, that will be on the temp page. Okay, the customer particular record will be on the temp page. So it will be available only on the temp page. But if you want to refer in the case, how exactly you can refer? So these properties are referring to which one? This is referring to the customer dot. Okay, this is referring to customer dot date of birth and all like that, right? So this is referring to customer dot date of birth. Where exactly this customer will be there? Under the PY work page. Okay, under the PY work page. So now we need to copy again all these values. Okay, from this activity, from the tempo page, we need to copy to the customer dot that date of birth and all. So add one more step. Okay, so do property set. Okay, now property set. From which page to which page we need to move? We need to copy from the temp page to the PY work page. Okay. So here you take PY work page. Okay, we are copying to the PY work page dot customer date of birth. From tempo page, So we are copying from temp page.datapath to page.customer.dob. Why? Because in the page, in the user interface, we are referring customer.dob, which is on the PY work page. So now we created this activity. So from where exactly we can call this activity? On click of the search button. So go to the properties of the search button, double click on it. Next, go to actions. Under the actions, okay, earlier also we worked on these actions. Add an event. So on click of the button, okay, on click of the button, I want to refresh this page and I want to call an activity. Okay, so what is the activity which we created? Get customer details. Okay, submit. It is not valid in tree. ICICI app 01002. Get customer details. This activity is saved. Okay. I think we saved in the wrong place. So we need to save it in the rule set 010102. Okay, no branch. Yeah, here it should be in the 010102. Then it will work. I'm deleting the earlier version. Discard. Not required. Now we have this. Actions. Action set. On click. Add action. Refresh. Okay. It's being saved now. Now run the flow again. Okay. Now if you give a -1. Okay. So whether it is executing an activity or not, if you want to see how exactly we can see, keep the tracer. Stefan, do we have that C-1 is their customer ID? We should get this one. Okay. It is calling activity. Okay. So after calling an activity, step 1 executed successfully, temp page created, obj open. Okay. So now let's see whether the data is available. Yes, the data is available on the temp page. Okay. So like everything is there, first name, last name, all the things. Now on the third step, okay, does it have any data on the PY work page? So on the PY work page where we have copied, we have copied to the customer dot. Okay, date of birth is there. Okay, first name, gender, last name, everything is there. Okay. Now on the PY work page, customer, it has all the values. Now, so the section contains what? Was it? Customer.db we have given. So it should come. Let's declare PY work page. Page that customer not having customer. String value of a cell. Okay, so this is the string we have taken on data type. Okay. Why this DOB also not valid? It is giving. Customer. Okay, at least does it works for customer details? We will see. String value of a cell. Is it? It is having this one. It is not. We already referred those properties, right? Why it is not no, from customer details dot first name. Customer details dot DOB. When it is working here, why it is not taking the same thing? Okay. Customer. Okay. What's happening to this? When we give the same thing here, it is working. We'll see later. Run the flow and see this again. Data is properly populating to this customer page, but it is not coming to the UI. See, in the customer, we have all the data. In case we will see with the different operator ID, Z-123. It's been changing to the different one. Okay, earlier Ravi was there, now Ram has come. Now the only thing is like some PRPC to customer dot this date of birth, gender, last name, first name has to be taken. Okay. Date of birth, gender, first name, last name. Okay, it is refreshing, right? So did I save this one? Customer details. Customer details, customer search parent contains. Okay, customer details. Okay, now customer search parent is there. Get customer details. Yeah, now you got it. So here you need to refresh the parent section. Why? Because if you select this refresh this section, okay, so at this time we have created 3 separate individual sections. Okay, so as it is having 3 individual sections, if you on click of the search button, if you refresh only this one, it will not be refreshed. So that is the reason why if you select refresh other section and the parent section name, if you give, the complete section will be refreshed and the data will be populated accordingly. Okay, so that is the way you can give over there. So now PY workflow is also not required. Okay. So this is the way we have to debug the application when we are not able to populate anything like that. Now see Z-123, we will see RAM or Z-123. Yeah, RAM or you got it like this. Okay, Jagdish. So now it is also displaying customer ID does not exist still. So now what we need to hide this when the data is available. And when the record is not available, this has to be hidden and only this message has to be displayed. Okay, this will be displaying, will be performing tomorrow. So like this, we can perform the search operation. Clear, Jagdish, or any doubts?
Okay, sir. It is clear.
Okay, fine. Then see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.